Hey everybody, in this video and the next we are going to review everything we've learned in this unit. So in this first video we are going to talk about slope and we are going to write some equations of lines. So I'll remind you that slope is found by x minus x over y minus y. That's the rise over run. So for our first slope here, x minus x is 2 minus 8. Y minus y is 0 minus 8. So that's negative 6 over negative 8. Remember, negative over negative is positive. And 2 goes into 6 and 8 3 times and 4 times. So we've got a slope of 3 over 4. Now that's a positive slope. Let me just remind you that a positive slope means from left to right, the line is rising. So that's what a positive slope looks like. Our next 2 points, slope is y minus y, 6 minus 8, over x minus x, 2 minus negative 7. So that's negative 2 over, and then 2 minus negative 7, that's 2 plus 7, so 9. Negative 2 ninths, so there is my slope. And that's a negative slope, so I'll remind you that a negative slope looks like this on a graph. It is falling from left to right. Let me remind you of the other 2 types of slope. So if a line is horizontal, it has no rise and it has an infinite run. So that's 0 over a run that's a non-zero number. So that is a slope of 0. And if it's vertical, it has infinite rise over 0 run, and with 0 in the denominator, that is a slope that is undefined. Okay, now we are going to write some equations of lines in slope-intercept form, but let's start in point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So here's m, and here's x1, y1. So y minus 7 equals negative 3/4 times x minus 0. So y minus 7 equals, let's distribute, negative 3/4 x plus 0. We don't really have to write the plus 0, but I did anyways. And when I add 7, that's the spot I'm going to add it. So y equals negative 3/4 x plus 7. Next one, the slope is given. The y-intercept is also given, so I can go right to my final answer. I can go to this format here. Y equals 2x minus 1. Slope times x plus y-intercept. Here we're going to be more like we were in this one up here. We're going to use point-slope form and then write in slope-intercept form, but I don't have the slope this time, so I need to find the slope. So we're going to put everything we've done so far together here. The slope is 2 minus 3, y minus y, over x minus x, 1 minus 0. So that's negative 1 over 1, so the slope is negative 1. And I'll choose 1, 2 to be my x1, y1. So I've got y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I will distribute negative 1x, or just negative x, plus 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So plus 2 on both sides. Y equals negative 1x, or just negative x, plus 3. Same thing here. M equals y minus y, 5 minus negative 1, over x minus x, 2 minus 3. So minus negative is plus, 5 plus 1 is 6, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, so the slope here is negative 6. And I'll use 2, 5 as my x1, y1. Does not matter which point I choose, it will simplify the same. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus 5 equals negative 6x plus 12. And let's add that 5. Y equals negative 6x plus 17. Okay, last two, we're going to write an equation of a line perpendicular to this line. Here's my x1, y1, and the slope of this line is 2/3, but we want a line perpendicular, so we need the perpendicular slope. And that is the opposite reciprocal, so change this sign. It was positive, now it's negative. Reciprocal, flip it. It was 2/3, now it's 3/2. So there's the slope I'm going to use. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus negative 1 is y plus 1 equals negative 3/2 x. And then negative times negative is positive. 3/2 times 2, those 2's actually cancel. It's positive 3. Minus 1 on both sides. Y equals negative 3/2 x plus 2. Okay, and here's my x1 and y1. The slope of the given line is 2. We need the slope of a parallel line. And a parallel slope is exactly the same, so we're going to keep a slope of 2. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y minus 5 equals, distribute the 2, 2x minus 4, and then add the 5. Y equals 2x plus 1.